And then, is there any advice on, trying to get my coaching career going? Is there any advice? I have so many different interests that I want to do. I'm just looking for direction.
So it's been hard to focus your coaching because you're all over the map. Is that what you mean?
Well, I have more than one area that I want to work in, so I just didn't know, like I've been working in parenting for a long time, but I also want to work in other areas. So I just want to know if there was any direction.
Okay. So is it wise for Dawn to put more focus on parenting? So it would be wise for her to look in another direction, to expand. They're showing you expanding. And they're saying it's not like you stop doing parenting, because that can be incorporated with the other work that you're doing. So it's like
Right.
you kind of have this idea that you have to pick one area and then that's all you do. But that's not true, because you have this toolbox. You bring more to the table than that. But it's for marketing, you need a focus. People need to know who you are and what you do. If they're confused, do you do this thing or that thing or another, then they don't know when to come to you. So you need to have clarity about the one thing that brings you the most joy, where you know you have the best chance of helping people. Just really dial it into that one thing. And then as you're serving people in that one area, of course you'll bring in all those other areas too, because they're connected. But
Okay.
it's clarity and focus for marketing, because the world will be confused if you say you have all these things you do.
Okay. Because I was thinking of, like overcoming obstacles and, faith and, how that's gotten me through things.
Well, do you want to pursue like faith-based people? Is that what you're going for?
That was one area.
Because that is one area to focus on. It really dials it down, and then it will shut out the others who are not so in that path.
Okay.
You could do that. But here's the thing, I'm not hearing you say what the benefit is, and that's what they're going to want to hear. So you're saying obstacles, but what does that mean? Specifically, what are you doing?
I'm looking at, when you've overcome obstacles, like whatever whether it's going through grief and loss, going through, just things that, that get people stuck, is helping them move beyond that.
So what if you focused on just grief and loss, since that's the one you mentioned? That's a whole area by itself.
Right. Right.
Right. So if you said that to me, I would know what you did. But if you said obstacles, I wouldn't have a clue, because it means so
Okay.
much to different people. So that's
Right.
about dialing it in, right?
Right. So being more specific. Okay.
Very, very specific. What's the result they're going to get? Are they going
Right.
to feel happier and be able to release the heaviness of the grief? You're going to help them navigate the journey through and
Right.
out of grief.
Right.
That would make sense. And then you could connect with support groups that do that, right? So
Okay.
go speak at those support groups about how you help people do that.
True. Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome. Yeah.